Topping today's news, Prime Minister Davis promising more help for survivors of Hurricane Dorian. A man is dead after he reportedly opened fire on police. Once unheard of here in the Bahamas, the country records another suspected suicide, and president of the newest teachers union speaks on reasons for separating from the Bahamas Union of Teachers. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Dorian. This is your JCN Evening News. Thanks for joining us. While acknowledging that progress has not been unfolding quickly enough for residents who remain on Abaco and Grand Bahama following the devastation of Hurricane Dorian in September 2019, Prime Minister Philip Davis has pledged more support for Dorian survivors. The Prime Minister's promises came during a memorial service in Dundastown, Abaco that commemorated and celebrated 3 years post-Hurricane Dorian. Prime Minister Davis committed to making assistance to Dorian survivors tangible, as he says the government is cutting through the red tape and bureaucracy.
As we remember, we are also mindful of the need to act, and there is still much to do. We need to support you in getting closure for your loss, and at the same time do far more to help you to rebuild. We have changed the law, as you would have heard, in relation to the presumption of death to facilitate quicker settlement of insurance, banking, and other commercial claims. We have completed the technical phase of the new Abaco Hurricane Shelter. We have helped people begin to move out of the dooms to cleaner, safer homes. It has not been easy or perfect, but it is an important step in moving forward.
As the government has revamped its home repairs initiative to assist residents on Abaco and Grand Bahama, some who are still homeless 3 years later, Prime Minister Davis says survivors will soon be able to see, touch, and feel results very soon because of the changes his administration has put in place.
Where the dooms now stand, there will soon be new housing, which is so badly needed. We have just launched a revamped homeowner assistance and relief program to provide real, urgent help to people and to do away with the chaos, confusion, and unnecessary bureaucracy which came before.
Thursday's memorial was followed by a wreath-laying ceremony in honor of deceased storm victims. Meanwhile, a similar service is expected to be held at Jubilee Cathedral on Grand Bahama on Sunday. A man is dead after he was fatally shot by police Thursday night in a police-involved shooting. The incident unfolded on Miami Street. Here is police press liaison Chief Superintendent Chrislyn Skippins with more on the incident.
Shortly after 10 p.m. on Thursday, the 1st of September, officers attached to Operation Ceasefire, acting on intelligence that several men were armed with illegal handguns, proceeded to Miami Street, which is located between Cotto Avenue and Balfour Avenue. As the officers approached the property, one of the males produced a handgun and engaged officers and was subsequently shot.
Emergency medical services personnel were called to the scene where they examined the victim and pronounced him dead on the scene. Police retrieved an illegal firearm along with a quantity of ammunition. As the investigation was in the early stages, police were unable to provide a description or age of the victim or if he is known to the police. Meanwhile, Chief Superintendent Skippings is sending a strong warning to those who seek to challenge law enforcement.
I would like to encourage young men who may be in possession of firearms. I would like to encourage them to turn those firearms, those weapons in. I would also like to send a strong message to them that if you decide that you're going to engage law enforcement personnel who are here to protect the citizenry of this Bahamas, who are here to prevent and detect crime, who are here to maintain law and order, we will be resolute in our duties and we will execute our duties as mandated by law.
A 41-year-old man was found hanging from a tree with cable wires around his neck in bushes in the area of Kelly Lane off Johnson Road on Thursday afternoon in what police believe is a suicide. Officers were called to the scene of the incident shortly after 2:30 p.m. Chief Superintendent Chrislyn Sippings gives the following details.
We received a call that a male was found in this area. We responded and discovered a male with a cable wire about his neck. EMS responded and pronounced the victim deceased. The victim is believed to be a 41-year-old who resides within this particular community.
Chief Superintendent Skippings encourages the public to reach out if you need help and seek sound advice about difficulties that you may be having.
I can assure you that we're going to speak with family members to find out what may have led to this particular incident occurring. And at this point in time, I want to say that it's a particularly rough time right now. And there may be persons who may be going through various issues. It may be financial, it may be emotional from relationships. If you are going through some sort of difficult situation, I want to encourage you to reach out and speak to someone, a family member, a pastor, a teacher. Find someone in the community who you can speak to, who can give you the sound advice that you need to take you through your difficult time. And then to other family members and friends as well. You may see some persons going through stuff, and you may say it's not none of your business. It may be so, but at least tell somebody so somebody can reach out and help somebody.
Investigations are ongoing. I've been here for 2 days. This coming from a citizen parked at the Road Traffic Department, RTD, at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium, waiting to get his car licensed. Scores of angry motorists could be seen in their cars and outside the stadium complaining and frustrated with the service that the department has been giving. JCN News spoke with one motorist who says he has been getting the runaround for over 5 days.
I've been doing this will be day 5. I've been here 15 minutes. There's quite a long line of traffic, but the complications are individuals that are at each one of these outposts, I guess, if you will. The runaround is terrible. You go to CDU, I'm just trying to get the car transferred to me that I've recently purchased, and the difficulty is the individuals that are there. I was told I have I'm the boss of the situation here, and I will decide whether or not you're going to be licensed. And basically, I have the form saying that I bought it, the bill of sale, the whole 9 yards. Then I go to a different facility, and they said, well, we can't deal with this. The policy is this, that, and the other. And I'm like, oh my God, the policy? We're just trying to license a car.
A manager at the Road Traffic Department saying the backup happens every beginning of the month because of the volume or large volume of customers, while another motorist is blaming the backup and long lines on just plain bad service and lack of organization from the employees.
Just so difficult, and you run into not so friendly people, unfortunately, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And so you're just worn down and been driving around unlicensed for 5 days. It's not mine. I've been going wherever we need to go, but you're just running into roadblock after roadblock after roadblock.
JCN also got a call into the newsroom from a motorist saying that some employees were even servicing those that they knew before those that were on the line already. Another motorist confirming as much and says, in the Bahamas, you must know someone to get things done.
Here from 10:30 this morning. 10:30 this morning and just leaving. It's terrible. And the people sitting in the car with the little boy, it's hot. They don't have hardly no water out there to sell. You know, it's terrible. They really need to do it. The service is terrible. They ain't organized at all. They're not organized.
JCN called Minister of Transport and Housing, Jobert Kobe Davis, for a response, but were unsuccessful up to news time. Meanwhile, police are aggressively searching for several men responsible for 3 separate armed robberies. Officers are searching for a group of men responsible for attacking and robbing a 40-year-old male of his cell phone. The incident reportedly occurred shortly after 10 p.m. on Thursday, August 30th, and resulted in the male receiving injuries to his body. Preliminary reports indicate that the victim was walking east on Andrus Avenue in the Grove when he was approached and subsequently attacked by a group of men. The victim was taken to the hospital via emergency medical services, where he is detained in serious but stable condition. In the second incident, police are aggressively searching for 4 males who reportedly robbed a business establishment on Prince Charles Drive. The incident reportedly occurred shortly before 1 p.m. on Wednesday, August 31st. According to reports, the suspects all are allegedly armed with handguns. They entered the establishment and demanded cash. The culprits reportedly robbed the establishment and its patrons of an undisclosed amount of cash and fled the area on foot in an unknown direction. In the third incident, police are aggressively searching for a male who robbed another male of a significant amount of cash. The incident reportedly occurred around 10 p.m. on Wednesday, August 31st. According to reports, the victim was driving his gray Honda Fit in the area of Carefree Court off East Street when he was approached and subsequently robbed of an undisclosed amount of cash by a dark male who was allegedly armed with a handgun. Police are investigating and appealing to members of the public who may have information regarding these or any other incidents to contact the police at 919-911, the Criminal Investigation Department at 328-TIPS. And finally, in this segment, in other crime news, over $14,000 was stolen from a business establishment in the Palmdale area. While police did not confirm whether it was an overnight break-in, reports say that shortly after 9 a.m. on Tuesday, it was discovered that the establishment was broken into and money stolen from the company's safe. The culprit or culprits reportedly gained access to the establishment through a southern window of the store. No arrests have been made in connection with this incident, but officers attached to the Northeastern Division are aggressively investigating. We'll take a break here, and we'll be right back after these commercials.